And greetings to you. Well, warm welcome along. It's Chris Reardon with you, United Kingdom Talk, with a little bit of a dodgy mouth today. Now, as you know, just a few days ago, I went... Oh, am I a bit close to this microphone again? Oh, Matty in Australia was mentioning that the microphone appears to be getting closer and closer to my mouth for some reason. So shall I just move that, try and move that out of the way? I've just realised you can see the whole bracket thing, can't you? I haven't done very well with the camera today, those of you that are watching. Do you want me to move that, or can we put up with that today? Oh, you don't want me to start moving things around. You can hear it moving. Listen. Oh, maybe you can't actually. It's on I'll look. This is it. There's the microphone. It's hanging on this spring thing. Now listen. If you can't see, you can hear. So listen. Look. Twang. It's like a pair of knickers twanging, isn't it? Now, shall we try that one, girls? Get on the side of your knickers now and twang them. Isn't it annoying when you're out somewhere and your partner or something, girls, does that with your bra? Have you ever had that done to you? I did that when I was little. I used to do that to my mum. She used to go mad. Not really. No, I wouldn't do such a thing to my dear, dear mother. I would not. So there we are. Is that any better? It's not really. Oh, let's just move this over. There we are. That's better. Now you can't see it, can you? All right. Sorry, a moment of unprofessionalism there. And apparently I've got to keep the microphone out of the way because Matty in Australia, who we'll hear from in a moment, yet another 200 emails have arrived from Matty, but we're only going to do one of them. All right, Matt, because there's lots of people waiting now for their emails. God, you're blocking up the system. What's going on there? Also, Matty, I know in Australia, has recently sent me something in the post, which I have to tell you, Matty, has not yet arrived. But we remain hopeful. I've got no idea what it is. And he has asked me to open it on air, OK? Now, if I keep sort of doing things with my tongue today, or you hear strange noises like this, then I've got to apologise, but I seem to have got 2 or 3 ulcers in my mouth, strangely enough, and this often happens after I've visited the dentist. God knows what he does in there. I mean, I'm not so sure it's the dentist. I think it's that blooming hygienist woman. She sits there with this well, first of all, she gets the old rusty nail, as I mentioned many times before, and starts scraping it. No, when does she do that? No, that's a lie. That is a lie. I've lied to you. Oh, bless me, Suko, for I have sinned. I have told you a lie, my darling, a lie. I'm sorry. The first thing the hygienist does is get this ultrasonic thing. And it's, I hate the noise. But you can't really feel anything. So she does that first. And then she gets the rusty nail and scrapes the bits of scum off your teeth, don't you? I'm supposed to go every 3 months, but every time I go, I seem to have something wrong with my mouth afterwards. I mean, I am assuming, of course, that they sterilise all the equipment before it's been in my mouth. Oh, my God. You don't think... I never thought of that. Maybe they're not sterilising. I mean, how many mouths have these tools been in before they get into mine? It's horrifying, really, isn't it? So I've got a couple of ulcers in my mouth at the moment. So the old spit keeps coming out and lubricating it all. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. It's better now. So only a couple of days of that. All right. So apologies if I start making noises like. Oh, that sounded like those people on Wacky Races. Who remembers Wacky Races off the telly? Eh? Yes. Wasn't Penelope Pitstop in that as well? I'm sure she was. Who was the girl in that? Wacky Races. My favourite 2 characters were the 2 cavemen with the old not cricket bats, with the baseball bats, weren't they? Hitting each other. Marvellous. They never got away with that on telly now because it's all blooming politically correct, isn't it? Anyone remember Wacky Races at all? Was your favourite programme as a child on the telly? Do you have one? I tell you what, you could actually help me out with this. Music of the 90s. Those of you that remember the 90s and were at that point fairly young, I could do with some help. A few things I need help on today, actually. There's that. What were your favourite tunes of the 1990s? Because, I hate to say this, boys and girls, but the children the teenagers today, as far as they're concerned, 90s are oldies. Now, how old do you feel? Not Catalin, my dear, whose birthday it is soon in October, isn't it, my love? Yes, thank you for the email. I got that. We do actually have a birthday today. Do you remember Thomas? Is it Thomas? Hang on a minute. I might have got the name wrong. No, Toby. Sorry, Toby. His girlfriend. Do you remember Toby in Japan? It's his girlfriend's birthday, and we're going to sing to her in a minute. But tunes of the 90s. If you were dancing and living it large in the 90s, what tunes, what musical records do you remember? Do let us know. There's an email address to the show. It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And there's something else I need a bit of help on, right? For technical people, okay? My new computer that I record the video side of things on is a Vista machine, okay? The machine I record the radio side of things on is an XP machine. Right. Now, these are all networked. Downstairs, I have another XP machine. I also have a Vista laptop that I plug into the system to upload, to transfer music across to the Vista laptop. Joy in Axon is wondering what all this is about. Joy, these are like operating systems. XP and Vista are operating systems on the computer, and the computer needs these systems to work. Right. Here's the question, techno people. Okay? It's a network question. The XP machine cannot see... Well, it can see the Vista machine, but it doesn't seem to be able to get into it, so to speak. So it comes up on my little screen. Yes, that's the computer. And when I click on it, it says I don't have permission. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I've done all the permissions, done the sharing and all that business. So there's something else that obviously has to be done, and I can't work out what it is. The Vista machine can see all the XP machines. So it's not a total disaster. If I want to transfer stuff across, what I have to do is go on the Vista machine and pull it across like that, rather than send it from the XP machine, because I can't see the Vista machines. So what's wrong? Has anyone got an idea? I'm pretty sure I've shared the folders. Okay? Do I have to actually share the machine or change something on there? Well, obviously I have to, because nothing's working. Now, once again, I can actually see the Vista machine on the XP machine, but when I try and do something, it says I don't have the permission. Please help. Email address, and can we have it step by step, please? Don't be frightened to put everything down that I have to do, okay? And I'll work through it and hopefully sort that problem out. Email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Be very grateful if you can help me with that. On the way back today from the swimming pool, I had to suddenly slam on my brakes, boys and girls. Well, not in a car. I was on a push bike. Yeah, I was cycling. I suddenly slammed on my brakes. Has anyone ever slammed their brakes on a bicycle and gone over the handlebars? I've done that once as a child. I mean, there's a lot to be said for dodgy brakes, to be honest. It slows you down too quickly, doesn't it? You suddenly come to a stop straight over the front. Anyway, so I slammed on my brakes and I reversed slightly because I saw something brass and shiny on the floor, and I reversed my bike. And guess what? It was a penny. Oh, yes, I never go over a penny. Some people would say, oh, it's only a penny. Find a penny, pick it up, and all day long you'll have good luck. Innit? Yes. So I picked that penny up and put it in my little pocket. And I'm quite pleased about that. So that was my little trip home. And then, not only that, little bit of good luck there, I got to my news agents. And I thought I'd pop in the news agents and get a cheese and onion pasty. Are they allowed, Suko? Cheese and I like a cheese and onion pasty, you know that. And a vegetable pasty as well. I like them all. And as I parked up my bicycle, carefully securing it to the outside post, there was a dog. Now, you know how some dogs, you think to yourself, oh, what a friendly dog. And other dogs, you think, oh, wouldn't want to go near that one. And sometimes you get it wrong, don't you? Eh? How many times, I wonder, have you gone up to a dog somewhere in the street and it's wagging its tail, looking happy, and you've gone to stroke it, and it's going to bite your hand off? Has that ever happened to you? Well, this particular dog, oh, what breed was it? It was like, oh, I can't remember now. Not a bulldog. It was a British. Oh, what was the name? Just a minute. Let's ring my sister. She'll know. Oh, hang on. I've dialed the wrong. You can't see me dialing this, can you? Oh, hang on. Hello. Hang on a minute. One second. My sister, I know what it is. It's a British type of dog and it's got a big head. 1 minute. I'll ask her on the phone. She'll be back in a minute. Oh, she's not answering. Oh, hello, sis. I need some information for my dear friends and loyal viewers and listeners. British dogs, okay? Big head, not a bulldog, not a Rottweiler, similar to a Rottweiler, but British. Any ideas? No, not Duke, not a Labrador. It's got quite a big head and would be known as perhaps a dog to keep away from. But actually, this one. Pitbull Terrier. Thank you very much, sis. I knew you'd know. You see, my sister knows. She knows on the phone now. But she don't talk on the radio, do you, love? She gets very, very shy. See you, sis. Bye. There you are. I forgot what it was now. Pitbull. That was it. It was a pitbull. Now, usually, a pitbull is one of those dogs, I think you're sort of, not sure about that one, are you? So, this dog, where the bike is parked, there's like 4 racks, okay, four racks. Not the sort of racks that you would tie people onto. Some people pay for that, you know. Anyway, that's a different programme, and not for this family-orientated programme. If you don't mind, please. We're not talking about racks on this programme and be tied up and everything. Oh, my God, never. Never in 1,000 years. Anyway, there's these 4 things, like bits of metal in the ground, like square bits of metal. And you tie your bike to it. And on number 1 is tied this pit bull terrier. Yes! And I did watch a lad actually tying his dog to this quite securely. So I come along with the bike, and do I go in number 2? I do not go in number 2. I go in number 4. 2 away from it. Anyway, so I'm tying my bike up to this with my D clamp. Have you got a D clamp or a chain for your bike? D clamps are very good. Very difficult to get them off. And as I'm tying it, I'm looking at this dog, and this little dog's just sat down like that. Great, huge head. I mean, frightening head. If that dog decides to have a go, you'll probably have a nasty bite on your arm. A very powerful big head. I'm looking at this dog, and it's sat down, and it's wagging its tail, like that. And then, as I've gone past it, it's got up and come towards me with a great big smile on its face. Probably thought I was dinner, that's why. Great big smile on its head. And the tail's wagging away. And I thought, I talk to animals, do you? I do talk. I said, you all right, boy? And he said, like that. So I thought, oh, go on, Chris, take the risk. And I got down on one knee, like I was in a church. Roman Catholic, you see, you have to genuflect every time you go past the cross of Jesus. I mean, obviously, he didn't look like Jesus or the cross either. But I did feel like I needed to go down on one knee so I could get down to the dog's level. And I kind of nervously put my hand out, and he came and licked it. And I thought, what a lovely, friendly dog. Not only did he do that, right? He then immediately, I mean, he's never seen me before. He then dropped down onto his side and rolled over with his paws in the air, wanting to be tickled. So that was really nice. It just goes to show, doesn't it? The moral here is, how many times do we judge a book by its cover? And maybe we shouldn't. Says it all, really, doesn't it? You often, I looked at this dog and I thought, oh, not sure about that. And then the thing just rolled over with its paws in the air and wanting to be tickled. And at that point, I then give it a little tickle, and then I went in and got my cheese and onion pasty. And I recognised the boy who was walking the dog. He was... looks a bit of a hard, all right, mate, how's it going? It was a little bit like that, he was. And I said to him, that's your dog outside, isn't it? And he says, oh, please, what's it done? I said, it's done nothing. I said, I just went to stroke it, and the thing just rolled over and let me tickle it. I said, I've got to be honest, a little dog like that, I get a bit nervous. He said, believe it or not, mate, he said, I was really worried then that he'd done something wrong, but believe it or not, he loves people. He absolutely adores people and children, but he hates other dogs. If there's another dog, he says he has to hold onto the lead with two hands. But when people come along, he just loves the attention from people. And that's just such a nice thing. Anyway, the lad walked out, and I got me cheese and onion pasty, and went back out again. Had another little chat to him while he was undoing his dog, and off we went our separate ways. But there you go. I mean, as I say, just judge a book by its cover and all the rest of it, isn't it, eh? Have you got any pet stories like that? What do you reckon, Susan? Are your tigers like that? If I was to go into Susan, if you're a new viewer or listener, then you won't know. Susan is our resident cat looker after her. She looks after great big cats, lions, tigers, that sort of thing. And often when I have a bit of a pet question or two, she will come on and email me. Her most recent advice to me was to give my little domestic cat raw food, which she absolutely adores. And I've had the cat now for over 20 years, and I would have never ever dreamed of giving it raw meat. It's always been pet food. She suggested that, and the cat's loving it. The cat is absolutely loving it. Anyway, Susan, hope you're well, my darling. That's a little pit bull story for you there. Also, I was going to say, I often mention people's names and again what they do time and time again. The reason is that people are joining us all the time, especially this week. I don't know what's happened, but of course, I'm on Facebook, and quite often I mention if you want to be a Facebook friend, just look me up, Chris Reardon London. I am on the Facebook, okay? Chris Reardon London, and you'll see me sitting in a posh suit with a cup of tea in my hand, okay? If you want to add me to that. And usually might get 3 or 4 people click the add friend button now and again. But for some reason, over the last couple of days, there's been an enormous increase in people who have clicked the add friend thing, which is very nice. It's marvellous, the more the merrier, let's be honest with it, the more the merrier. I just don't know why that's happened. So something has obviously happened that suddenly lots of people have clicked the add friend on my name. Now, I don't know what that is. So if anyone's got a clue, has this show suddenly appeared somewhere else that I don't know about, which is quite possible because I don't worry about too much about who actually takes this show and rebroadcasts it. There's no license to purchase, no copyright. I give permission. On a couple of the platforms that it's on, I think Blip TV is one of them. They have a section where you say, what license do you want this program to have? And I always click public domain, which means although I've made the program, I give it to other people to do with as they want. Business people would say to you that's a foolish thing to do, but it doesn't really bother me. The more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. So has this show appeared somewhere else suddenly? That's what I'm wondering, because I don't know why there's so many sudden add friends on the Facebook thing. I know I've mentioned it on this a couple of times, but usually only 2 or 3 a week, something like that. And suddenly, over the last 2 days, I would say there'd been 50 or 60 sudden add friends. I have no idea why that is. Why is it? Anyone got a clue? Let us know on the email, okay? Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Just a couple of things to tie up that we've been talking about the last couple of months. Now, I did mention that we would try Bingay on the radio. You may remember that just a few months ago now. Bingay on the radio. Well, I've decided not to go along with that. The reason being we didn't get enough people who wanted to do it. I think there was only about 5 people in the end. And to do something like that, you want 10, 20, maybe 30 people to make it sort of fun. If there's only 10 people doing it and say there's a couple of hundred people listening, then for the people just listening and not joining in, it would get boring. So I decided not to go along with the Bingay on the radio, okay? And also, I mentioned a quiz thing that we were going to do via video. Again, that's really been put on hold as well. Reason for that is the guy who we were gonna do it with, Justin, who's in the Steam Coast. Now and again, he's a lovely bloke, but he does drag his heels. He comes up with these ideas, and then you wait, and you know, it's one of those. You wait and you wait and you wait, and it doesn't happen. So I've kind of put that on hold now. And besides, Wednesday is now my only night off again, so I've also put that on hold. So no video quiz for now, just to let you know. I'm surprised no one mentioned that. When's the video quiz going to start? But that's not going to happen now, okay? What have I bought some new things. Look. I bought this. Technical people, you'll love this. A little thing I discovered. It's just basically a bit of metal. Now, unfortunately, I ordered the wrong one, so I've ordered the right one now. But this is called a port saver, okay? Can you hear it? A port saver. And what it basically does, those of you who have got laptops, is plugs in to the side of your laptop where your port is, okay, where you plug in various different peripherals, I don't know, printers or video screens or something like that. Now, an old laptop I've got sitting over there, the port on it was constantly being used to plug in different video screens, and eventually it broke. Very, very expensive to get that fixed. In fact, not worth it. You're better off buying another laptop, which is indeed what I did. And it's a blooming shame, really, because there's nothing wrong with that laptop. It was only the port on the side that fouled, and you'd have to wiggle it around to try and get the picture on the screen, and eventually that would go again, and it was a lot of mucking about. So I've come across this little port saver, and basically this. Oh, actually, let me get my laptop. Stay there a minute. Right, I'll explain what I'm doing. Right, I'm holding my laptop now. Now, this is actually the incorrect port saver for it, but where you've got the port on the You couldn't hear me then. Where you got the port on the back of the laptop. So you got the back of the laptop, and there's a little metal bit there. And where you got the port there, that's the bit that goes. Okay, that's the bit that breaks eventually, because constantly you're moving things. You see, what you would do is screw. You put the port. This is, as I say, the wrong one, so it won't fit. But you would screw the port saver on there, so that would then be on there permanently. And then when you unplug in and plug in things in, the port saver is the thing that will take the wiggling around everything. So if that breaks, then you just simply unscrew that from your laptop and put a new one on. So it saves your laptop, and that was only £3. $7. And I ordered the wrong one. It's only got It's only got 9 pins in it, and I need the one with 15 pins in. So I ordered the wrong one, but quite honestly, I should really send that back. I should ring them up and say, I mean, for the sake of £3, it's not worth it. By the time you paid postage, it's another £2. So I've ordered another one, and I'll be plugging that in. So that might be something, those of you with laptops want to have a look at one of those, okay? A port saver could save the connections on your laptop going. Also, I have bought a new, this is really one for the technical people. A new multimeter from Halfords. Look at that. Only £15. Marvellous. I was just out Sunday and I thought I must purchase something today. So I've bought a multimeter. Now what's this for? I've actually bought this to test my my single solar panel that's situated on a tree, constantly charging a battery. And it's actually the battery I want to be testing, because I've started connecting other things to the car battery. What I've got is a single solar panel. I have two solar systems here. I've got a proper solar system on the house, but an extra one I put in, a solar panel on a tree, which charges up a very large 120 amp battery in a shed. And it's been running all my lighting in the house now for nearly coming on 2 years now, actually. Been running all the lighting, except for the lighting that I use to create the show itself, because they're special bulbs. But all the rest of the lighting in the house is all run off that car battery. Well, I've had no problem, so I've now started connecting other things to the battery to see, because it's silly making all that electricity and not using it. So recently, if you're watching the last couple of shows, I've bought an 12-volt electric blanket, which I'm mad as a hatter, aren't I? Which I've now connected to that battery, and that's why I've bought the meter, to check that I'm not draining it too far. Right, now, how are we doing for time? Yeah, we better move on to the emails now. If you remember, the email address is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, if you remember in the last show, we were talking to young Matty in Australia, Tasmania, and we got halfway through his email. And he says, "I like your laugh, it's so funny." What laugh is that? Is it this one? You see, mate, it's not just the noise. You have to get the whole facial expression correct as well. How can I describe that? You kind of got to move your chin up and down a lot. Let's try it together. Are you ready? I'll do it first, and then you repeat after the tone. Ready? Here we go. Go on, do it. After the tone again. Oh, I just spat onto my microphone when I did the tone, and isn't that awful? Yeah, you never see people on the telly reading the news or anything like that doing things like spitting or clearing their throat. How do they get away with not doing these normal human things? That's what I want to know. Matty says, so your dog's name was Max? No, that was my mum's dog, my mum and dad's dog. I never got on with that dog. That dog did nothing but growl at me every time I walked past. Oh, I hated that dog. I didn't like it at all. But it was a great companion to my mum and dad, and especially to my mum when my dad died. She looked after that dog. Unbelievable. She would cook it meals, and eventually it got something wrong with its back legs. And it could barely walk. And I always remember Mum coming down to stay here at my house for the day or a couple of days, and she would literally carry the dog in and out of the house. She was such a caring person, my mum. She really was. Matty says, my dad's name is Max. Everything you see, there are trademark and company names with the word Max on it. Here in Tasmania, we have C-Max Cinemas, and there's also Pepsi Max. Is Max a popular name? No, I don't think it is a particularly popular name, is it? There was a great singer who's still alive, Max Bygraves. Now, he was a great favourite of my mum's as well. She loved Max Bygraves. And what did he sing? Oh, do you remember Pink Toothbrush? You're a pink toothbrush. And what's the other one he did? When it's spring again, I'll bring to you tulips from Amsterdam. That was Max Bygraves used to sing that. You can buy his albums, Matty. I don't know if you'd like that sort of thing. Sing Along a Max, it's called. He said, speaking of artificial preservatives, and that what I call is fake food, how do they create fake food? Is it just that McDonald's make their food out of plastic? Now, no, they certainly don't. McDonald's do not make their food out of plastic. You can actually go into McDonald's and get a leaflet on exactly what's in their burgers, this, that, and the other. The whole publicity McDonald's thing is pretty good. But of course, no, McDonald's, no one makes food out of plastic. He says, how could they make it out of plastic? No, well, they don't. But some of us would call it plastic food. It's like because everything is kind of looking perfect. We do have, how young people have their own groups. We have a large group here in the UK of plastics. Okay, these are teenagers and young people, and they call themselves plastics because everything about them is trying to look perfect. It's more about the looks than anything else. We're just saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. There are plenty of ugly people in this world who are also nice personalities, like me. How ugly am I? But look behind the book. Plastic people have false eyelashes. Not always. I mean, that is boys and girls. Okay, boys and girls. The plastics. They are people who want to look their best and will go to extraordinary lengths sometimes to do that. A lot of them use sunbeds. Perhaps the girls with false nails, false eyelashes, makeup, perfect haircut. Plastic means it all looks the same, roughly. And when we say McDonald's is plastic food, we don't, of course, mean McDonald's make food out of plastic. What we mean is it all looks roughly the same. And I've been very, very lucky to travel to many, many parts of the world. And whenever you go into a McDonald's, it looks the same. That's what we mean by plastic food, okay? He says their food would be fake because it is fast food stuff that is not good for you. Yes, a lot of people say that fast food stuff isn't good for you. He says, and I feel sorry for some people that live on fast food every day and who don't eat right. As I said, I like to help with charity donations around the world to make the world happier, like people of... Oh, that's a different subject that you're going on to there. Sorry, it's really mixed up, that email this week, isn't it? I had trouble working out which bits to go on to there and what have you. But yeah, I think fast food in moderation is fine. A bit here and a bit there. It's like me, I said to you right at the beginning of the year, I would allow myself 10 visits to McDonald's this year. I think that's fine. I don't think one now and again does you any harm. Matty says, I don't care what governments say. I'm definitely not going into politics or don't agree with governments that organise the countries, especially of what George W. Bush has done as to make some of the banks in America has collapsed. Well, is it his fault? I don't think it's his fault. I think a lot of it is the banks, and now they're pumping billions. Did you see that on the news last week? The American government have pumped billions and billions of dollars into banks and things like that. I'm not a great understander of all this finance thing, but looking at that generally, do you not think it's a quick fix situation by pumping all that money in? And this is the worry. Is it a quick fix? Long term, I think that might have been the wrong decision. I'm not sure. I don't know what you think about that. If you've got any comments, Chris at UnitedKingdomTalk.co.uk. We, of course, in the UK, rescued a bank last year called the Northern Rock, which got into terrible trouble. Now, I'm not sure that's the way to do things. Because when the other banks see this happening, they think perhaps it doesn't worry about us taking risks with people's money because at the end of the day, the government will bail us out. I'm not sure that's the right way to go about it. Banks shouldn't take risks with our money, I don't think. I think a lot of risks have been taken. On the other side of the coin, had they have got that right, then the banks would have made an awful lot of money. And perhaps given the savers a bit more. Don't know. I just, when I saw that item on the news last week about the American government pouring that money into the economy there, I thought to myself, I'm not sure that's the right move. I think that's a quick fix situation. Suddenly the shares shot up. There's something not right about that. There's definitely something not right about that. Anyway, we will see. Time will tell there. Time will tell there. There really is a little bit too much in your emails at the moment, Matty. I'm having trouble coping with so much in there. Let me see. Matty wants to know, is the London dungeon in Tooley Street haunted? Oh, all houses in the UK are haunted. The Mirrorball studio is haunted as well by me. I am a ghost. Indeed, I intend to haunt you at least 3 times a week here on United Kingdom Talk. If you do come to London, that's a good place to visit, incidentally, the London Dungeon. Now, I mentioned this a few shows ago. Be very careful if you go to see the London Dungeon, because there is another attraction close by, or it was a few weeks ago, called the London Bridge Experience. I went to this with my nephew, and it is a complete and utter waste of money. Do not go to the London Bridge Experience. Waste of money. The London Dungeon I haven't been to, but it is renowned across the world, and I assume it's quite good. If anyone's been to the London Dungeon, please let me know, okay? Wherever you are. And what you thought of it. And similarly, if anyone also has been to the London Bridge Experience, which is just across the road from the London Dungeon, let me know what you thought of that as well. Maybe it was me, but I myself and my sister, we thought it was a complete and utter waste of money, that. What did you think? Let us know on the email, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Matty says, I once watched a video of it on YouTube, and when I saw something, then it popped up on the screen and it scared the hell out of me. Well, that's the whole idea of going to the London Dungeon, to be scared. To be scared. Yes. Are there ghosts in the world? Why do people have had experiences like haunted places and witchcraft and tell true stories? There is one on Discovery Channel called Haunting in Connecticut. I haven't seen that, but I think it's on YouTube. It was very strange. Sometimes after watching those strange true stories on haunted things, it makes you feel like there is someone watching you, as if that you have a feeling something is there. Well, Matty, I think it depends what time you listen or watch this show. I mean, is it dark where you are now? Are you watching the YouTube version of this with me looking at you? Does it feel that perhaps there's someone standing behind you now? And what about you, sitting at home, listening to this on the radio? Does it feel a bit dark where you are? Do you think there's someone behind you? Do you really want to turn around and look, only to find out that suddenly they go boo? Did that scare you? I bet Joy jumped out of her hair then. I bet your hair's all standing on in Joy, innit? Joy in Acton is a young lady who's just been in hospital, and she's come back, haven't you, my darling? Joy is back. She is back. And we spoke to her on the phone on a couple of shows ago as well. Let me see. Matty says that they're trying to scare you, especially at night time. It's different and scary experiences. Well, certainly is. Well, the thing is true. Is it true there is a devil and a god? What nightmare is scary than daytime? This email is all over. I can't carry on with this. It's all over the place, Matty. Thank you very much for your emails, as always. I'm going to have to start reading these emails, and but it's all over the place today, Matty. You're from one subject to the next. It's like watching one of my shows, isn't it, eh? He wanted to know, did you sing that Banana Boat song? I don't know what is that? That song is so funny. I heard it off the funny musical with Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice. Don't know the song, the Banana Boat song. I know the Skyboat song with Roger Whittaker. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. I like Roger Whittaker. My favourite song by him is Durham Town. Do you like that? I'm gonna leave old Durham Town. I'm gonna leave old Durham Town. I've gotta leave old Durham Town. Da, 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 da. Would you like me to sing that? Not today. We haven't got time today. Maybe on another show, because we have got to do a bit of singing now. Hang on a minute. Let me find my music. Music for the choir. Where is it now? Oh, hang on a minute. Let me find it. Where's all my bits of music? Oh, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong, dear. Hang on. Something's gone wrong here. They shouldn't be there. Jingles, jingles. Where's Happy Birthday? Oh, Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday. There it is. Found it. Right. Here we go. Hi, Chris. It's been a while. Yes, I know it's. Where have you been? Toby in Japan. I'm still listening to Chris in the beginning of this year. Blimey, you got a bit of catching up to do, dear. 3 hours a week, you'll never get there. Every time you catch up, we'll move away from you. Like trying to run for a bus, innit, eh? He says, I'm catching up very slow because I can't miss out any episode of the show. It would be like missing out pages in a novel. It certainly would. I'm shocked that you thought the place I live is a bad word. Oh, yes. Yes, do you remember Fukuoka? Fukuoka. I've got to be so careful how I say that. Fukuoka. It's Fukuoka, and it's a real place in Japan. I should be chucked off the air if I get a mistake there, you know. Chucked off. Men will come and drag me outside and beat me up. Maybe it's worth just saying the word once. I don't know. I've never thought of it that way, but I figured out what you thought. Is that what you thought? Yes, you see, that's the trouble. It is very, very close to a swear word in the Western world, I'm afraid. It really is the name of your town. I was so excited when my mail was being read out. Can you feel my heart was beating? 2 hearts beating as one. Yes, I can feel that heart from here. I thought it was another earthquake, dear. My letter has been read out by Mr. Chris Wynn, landlord, international celebrity, pilot, environmental protectionist, sound emitter, and my fairy godmother. We've got some new ones in there. You are my god, Chris. Kiss, kiss. Oh, do have a favour, will you? I'm not a god. I am not a god. I am just a normal person. A normal, in-the-gutter, everyday person with a couple of ulcers on his tongue, which are actually driving me mad now. How long have I got to go? Another 15 minutes. Oh, dear. Oh, I shall have to try and soothe them. Maybe I should drink a bottle of engine oil. Will that help my ulcers? Bit of engine oil to lubricate them. Can you sing a birthday song to my girlfriend, Kanako? Kanako? Is that how you say it? Kanako in Japan. She will be 20. It's the agile age in Japan. Many girls wear traditional Japanese clothes attending a coming-of-age ceremony. Now, hang on a minute then. I've got to get the name right. Where is it again? Kanako. Right, here we go. Kanako. Are you ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kanako. Happy birthday to... Oh, hang on a minute. No, I think I got... I got that wrong then, didn't I? Kanako, isn't it? Kanako. We'll do it again. Hang on. Like to get it right. I like to try and please you. I've got the music on here in front of me in the screen. Here we go. Try again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kanako. Happy birthday to you. All right, 20 years old today. Kanako, happy birthday, my darling. Lots of love from your boyfriend, Toby, who says, did I tell you about myself? I'm from Hong Kong. I am 25. Oh, are you Hong Kong? I thought you was in Japan. Hang on a minute. Are you in Hong Kong? He goes on to say, I'm from Hong Kong. I'm 25 now. I spent 2 years of my life in America and 3 years in Japan. My girlfriend is Japanese. We've been going out for almost a year. We have been in harmony most of the time. However, we have a little problem. I love travelling. I have been to 20 countries and probably nearly 80 cities. Wow. But my girlfriend is really not interested in travelling. She can't even bother to imagine about foreign countries. I learnt that it's quite common among Japanese people. They don't want to step out of their country, and maybe it's out of egotism. I don't know why. I quite like meeting other people and visiting other countries, but I hate travelling. I hate the whole getting on the plane thing and mucking about at the airport and all that lark. I hate it. I hate so much that I actually haven't flown for a couple of years now. It's too much effort. Loading your bags onto the plane and all that business. I mean, I do gather there is actually a company now here in the UK that you can actually pay them to come round. It's expensive. Come round to take your luggage, right? They collect your rubbish. Not rubbish, luggage. Rubbish? They collect your luggage from your house and you collect it in your hotel room at the other end. What a fantastic idea. Don't you think that's a good idea? Eh? I think that's brilliant. Well, that's what the company does. You can do that, but it's quite expensive. But not only that, you have to get to the airport, you've got to park the car, or you've got to get a minicab to the airport, and it's so... I hate it. I hate it, Toby. And that's why I don't bother. I don't bother going away. There are places I'd like to see, and I will continue to travel. But the actual travelling, the actual flying business, I hate so much with a vengeance. Yeah, my girlfriend really not interested in travelling. Let me see. Do you know other people like this? Yes, I do. I know some people that don't like to leave the house. Joy, for example, in Axon, she actually doesn't like to go outside the house. She's got her roots firmly set in that house, and she doesn't like to move too far away from there. So yes. Toby says, I really can't understand because I like travelling and I think it's a wonderful thing. He also says, what's wrong with the pronunciation Thames? Thames. Is it the right pronunciation in dictionary? Yeah, that's right. Thames. That's how you say it. TH, we were talking about that on another show. THAMES is actually pronounced Thames. And you actually spell it phonetically there. TEMZ. Thames. That's how you say it. Not Thames, it's Thames. THAMES is said Thames, as in the Thames River. It's got very dark out there suddenly. I think it's going to rain. Mind you, the garden has been a bit parched. We had a lovely weekend. On the other hand, he wants to know, is rung the past tense of ring? Yes, it is. Sung for sing. Yes, that's right. Sung. So I sung a song, okay, means I've just finished doing a song. I have sung a song. I will sing a song means you are about to sing a song, or you will sing a song in the future. Like, for example, tonight. Now, tonight is Monday for me, so I am doing a karaoke, and later on, I will be singing a song. Tomorrow if I was doing a show tomorrow, I would say to you, last night I did karaoke and I sang a song. Or I have sung a song. Although you could also say, last night I was at karaoke and we were singing all night long. So it can be in the past as well. I suppose English is quite... Is it an easy or difficult language to learn? How many people watching or listening to the show can speak many languages? And of those languages, as a matter of interest, what did you find easy to learn? And what languages did you find hard to learn? Did you find English an easy language to learn or a hard language to learn? I'd be interested to find that out. Let me know. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris at unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is the email to the show. He says, I think you should say he sang in the karaoke yesterday. Yes, you can say that as well. I rang my nephew last week. That's correct. Tell me what you think, because I'm not a proper native English speaker. Yeah, you're quite right. I rang my nephew last week is correct. You could say I was ringing my nephew, but he didn't answer. So that's kind of past as well, isn't it? Or you would say, I will ring my nephew later. You could say it like that. So sometimes it gets a little bit complicated, I think, the English language, especially for native foreign-speaking people. Here I attach a picture of my girlfriend and myself, and a lovely, lovely picture of Toby and his girlfriend. Those of you watching can see a black and white. I've only got a black and white printer, so I've printed that off. And there's Toby and his girlfriend standing outside what looks like a cake shop to me. I'm sure there are little cakes there, and they're looking particularly delicious. All these cakes and things there. Oh, I'd quite like to have some of those. Thank you. Thank you very much, Toby, and lovely to hear from you. I'm very pleased that you found a nice young lady and you're very happy together. Is she quite happy to travel out of the town? There's nothing wrong with spending your holidays in your own country. The countries are big places. Nothing wrong with getting in a car or something and go to a different part of Japan. I'm sure you're in Japan, aren't you? Yeah, you're in Japan. And going on a holiday there or something. He said, incidentally, in addition to the email, incidentally, you have been mentioning Botox for your hair. What is that? I can't find it in my dictionaries. Can you tell me how to spell it? I think you mean... you either mean blue tack there. Now, blue tack is like a... It's like a sticky stuff, but it's not really for your hair. You couldn't use it to hold on a wig or something like that. I think you mean Botox. Do you mean Botox? Botox is not for the hair. Botox is... it's like a liquid that they put in a syringe and they inject it into areas of your face where you've got you see, I've got lines on my face. I don't know if you can see. If I smile, okay, then I can feel lines on my face, so I know you can see them. Okay, they inject Botox into parts of your face to try and puff out. I've never had it to try. No, I haven't. I know there are now people screaming at this podcast or radio show or video show saying, yes, you have. No, I haven't. So many people have suggested that I have it. I don't know what they mean by that, dear. What do you reckon? Should I have a little bit? No, I'm not having it. No, no, no. But they inject... I think this is what you mean, Toby. They inject Botox into your face to try and puff out the lines so that, once again, you look young. All right? So I think that's what you mean now. I'm not sure. If that's not what you mean, try and find the show where I was talking about that, okay? And I'll have a little listen. If you can give me the date of it, I'll have a listen back to, because I know you've been listening to some of the older shows. I'll have a listen to it and see if I can find out what you were inquiring about. All right, Toby? On we go. Wayne Anonymous. Hello, Wayne. Who says, hello, Chris. The Northern Lights are also known, because we were talking about the Northern Lights, that's something I'd like to see, are also known as Borealis. 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 As for the school projects, that would be geography. Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah. It must have been, sometimes, I know a lot of us speak English, but the American English and the United Kingdom English can sometimes be a bit different. For example, you say math, M-A-T-H in America, don't you? We say maths with an S on the end, M-A-T-H-S. So, at school, I did maths. In America, at school, you do math, correct? I think we had an email a while ago. Was it from... I think it was from Amy or Gloria. And she was mentioning geograph, which I couldn't work out and of course she meant geography. So, and I thought it was someone's name. I thought, I'm not quite sure what she's going on about there. She, of course, meant geography. Here in the UK, it's geography, the study of outside and land and all that sort of thing, geography. So thanks for that. And one last thing, Wayne says, Ross P is now charging 50p every time he mentions in my name or programme. Is he really? We won't get a penny out of me, I'll tell you that. Not even the one I found on the floor earlier on. Thank you, boys and girls. That's it from the show today. As always, been lovely hearing you and talking to you. I've still got a load of emails here. Don't worry, we'll get through them all. We'll get through them all. If you want to send anything in, it's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. I'll see you on the next show. Bye-bye now.